A few weeks ago, I recorded a video about Islamophobia, and I received some comments under that video, which I think are interesting and enlightening, and I would like to go through those. First of all, thanks to everyone who has commented on my videos. It seems that sometimes comments disappear, which has nothing to do with me. I welcome all comments, even ones that are highly critical of what I have to say. And this kind of is. So the first comment from this person says, usually it's men who abuse these young girls. Islam has nothing to do with it at all. And my response to that was, men from Muslim-majority countries are far more likely to partake in grooming than men from European countries per capita. Look it up, the numbers don't lie. I don't think I'm wrong about that. And the response to that was, that's completely false. A grooming gang is a media term and only a small part of abuse. Men are the problem here, not Islam. To make that leap is racist and Islamophobic. There you go. The labels are appearing already. So what does that mean? That means that can get your hackles up when you are accused of something. But the point I want to make in this video is that you can make those accusations. I would and will argue that the accusations are false, but the point is that they are made nonetheless. And as you will see as we go on, this person doesn't seem to be interested in looking further into what he's claiming. So my response to that was, since when did noticing a pattern and acknowledging it equal racism? You do know that racism is prejudice based on ethnicity. If you genuinely believe what you're saying here, it would be good to pick it apart and follow the thought pattern to its logical conclusion. On a personal note, I have young daughters whom I will do everything I can to protect from predators wherever they originate from. Are you a father? Do you have skin in the game, so to speak? And the response to that was, I'm calling out your racism and Islamophobia. I have no fear of those who practice Islam. I consider their religion helps them as moral individuals like most religions. Your Islamophobia stops here. Now that's interesting. He didn't answer the question about whether he had children or not. And he's doubling down. That's what people do in these situations. They double down. And Islamophobia, it annoys me when a word is used and the origin of that word, when you break it apart into its constituent components, it means a certain thing, but that meaning then changes. It's like moving the goalposts or concept creep. And so Islamophobia basically means bigotry against Islam, the way that people understand it, rather than an irrational fear of something like an irrational fear of spiders, arachnophobia, and there are other such things which are irrational in many situations because the thing that the person's scared of doesn't pose a threat. So my response to that was, Islamophobia is a nonsensical concept. Being fearful about what many of the followers of Islam, specifically recent small boat passengers, would like to do to my daughters is not irrational. I note that you didn't answer my question about whether you are a father, and there has been no response since then. So, yeah, basically, I just want to say that this is problematic. On the one hand, like Rupert Lowe and many others, we can say we don't care if you throw these labels at us. We know that they are false. I think the number of people who are actually racist, as in prejudiced purely based on somebody's skin pigmentation, would be very small. Probably not zero. And of course, there's the phenomenon of people like that taking shelter behind others. And, you know, from that point of view, hiding their true motives. But the point is, falsely describing and painting a picture is not good. It's not going to resolve anything. And then we need to acknowledge the fact that there are many people like this person commenting who seem uninterested or incurious in actually solving anything. It's they, for whatever reason, feel that it's worth making these arguments, throwing these labels out, and maybe that makes them feel good in some kind of a way. But it does frustrate me when there's a complete unwillingness to engage and actually try to get to the bottom of the thing. Anyway, thanks for your attention, and all comments are welcome. And as I said before, some seem to disappear. I've noticed that when I look on my tablet, sometimes I see comments that I don't see on my phone, and I don't understand why that is. So, thanks again. See you next time.